going to do card spreads, and I'm going to put the camera a little lower so that you can see the cards on the table. So today is October 22nd, 2018, and I am your host. Welcome to the Soul Space. I am Georgia Rose. I am from a company called Zenkuda, which is a beautiful lifestyle inspirational company that I created. We do astrology and all kinds of things to help us with our journey above the five senses. So the sun went into Scorpio today, and that's pretty cool because Scorpio is a very passionate energy, a fiery energy. Usually when the sun is in Scorpio, we have revelations. Things come to light that previously may have been hidden. So it's actually a really pretty cool sign to have, especially now there's so much going on in the outside world that's becoming more revealed, right? So I am just going to go on to Facebook so that I can share the show, and I'll be back in 1 second. Just got to pick up the laptop from the chair over here. Here I am. I'll be back doing camera in 2 seconds. Sorry about that. It has been a very glitchy day. I don't know about you guys, but Mercury Retrograde really got me today, I'll tell you that much. I'd love to hear your stories of Mercury Retrograde and how it's been going for you guys. It's been a very strong one. Mercury is actually retrograde in Scorpio, we were just talking about. So we have a lot of Scorpio birthdays. Happy birthday to everyone out there. There's one prominent figure in the news right now who is a Scorpio, born on November 20th, and that is Joe Biden. His birthday is November 20th. I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties right now. Okay. This whole day has been extremely challenging, I have to say. So tell me your stories. Because mine sucked today. Okay. Yeah, so sun's in Scorpio. Happy birthday to all the Scorpios. Yeah, so I'm going to do a card spread today. I felt like, I don't know why, I was just inspired. I felt a lot of angelic energy today. I feel like it's really important for us to stay in our heart energy and really come down to lower chakras. So I thought I would do card reading tonight, but what I'm going to do is do a whole spread. I'm going to put the camera down so you can see it on the table, and I'm going to try to do a spread for what's going on in the world and, you know, what's going on with the election and what's going on with certain things, and we'll see what the cards have to say about it all. Okay? So before we do that, I just want to talk a little bit about what I just mentioned about the energy in general, which I usually open every show with. And right now we're finding the energy, generally speaking, to be one of a lot of chaos. There's a lot of energy out there. Even today I was out and about a little bit and just in the stores and traffic. It seems like people are almost, it's kind of a weird energy. They're aggressive, but yet a lot of people feel like they're kind of in slow motion. Almost like we have our head in the clouds. And that's because we've got some things going on right now with Mercury and Neptune. But I really do believe that from now until the end of the year, it's really, really important for us to come out of our head space, out of that space of, you know, I want to speak my side. I want people to believe what I believe. I want to be right. They're wrong. Come out of that head space and see if we can just, you know, kind of drop down into our heart center. I think it's really important for us to start responding from our heart center, because Mercury, which is our head, our minds, our brain, really wants us to be thoughtful. It wants us to be mercurial. It wants us to, be in that headspace. And I think it's really important for us to drop lower and respond from our heart center. So really try to do some meditation work or some spiritual work regarding opening that heart and coming back into that space. Because I feel like we're too in our heads, and it's making us a little bit aggressive, more aggressive than we should be maybe. It's making us a little bit too opinionated. It's making us fixated on ideas and perceptions. And I just wanted to put that out there. So if the next couple of months, 6 to 8 weeks, as this 2020 challenging year winds down, I would love to see us all get a little bit better in our heart space from what we really have been doing these last couple of months. So I just have to do some housekeeping. Got to log on to Facebook. I can't see any comments yet. Bear with me. It's just been that type of day, guys. Sometimes you have them. I mean, this will be a show that definitely isn't going on YouTube, I know already. Okay. And the computer, of course, is completely locked up. This whole day, man, it's just been one thing after another, after another, after another, after another, after another. I'm so tired, you can see it. So we all have challenging days, right? Just got to remember to breathe, stay calm, face the challenge, because the one thing about energy is it's always moving. So whenever we're in a challenging day or a challenging time, or we're not feeling good about something, just remember the energy is going to move. It doesn't stay there, So let's see if we can move some energy tonight. So just trying to get on so I can see comments. I have no comments with the broadcasting system that I'm using right now. I always have to have a second computer to get into Facebook. Hopefully I'll be back in the studio one of these days. I am in the process of building a home studio, so I don't have to worry about anybody else. Okay, here we go. Okay, here I am. Looking tired. Can't see comments. Here we go. I have Christina here, heavy energy. It is heavy energy. We've got some squares to that Capricorn energy that we've been fighting all year. Pauline, how are you? Marianne, Janine, I got everybody here. Hey, GR. Guns N' Roses, it reminded me of. Yeah, really, I just had a challenging day. I don't know if you guys... Oh, thanks. I didn't do anything to my hair today. I'm lucky I got a shower. I shouldn't say that on camera, right? But today was crazy. I'm sure you guys saw, some of you probably saw, I smashed a TV today by accident that fell down. I'm a realtor by day, and my daytime life and my earthbound life, as I like to call it. And I'm doing this, it's a really high-end house, gorgeous home, and I pull up and I'm doing a drone, I'm paying for a drone video, I'm doing the works, and I'm not there 2 seconds, the kid doing the drone comes, and this huge dump truck full of like 5 people who work for the water authority comes and parks in front of the house. And I'm like, okay, today's really not going so good. And it was like comedy error after another. It was just so weird. It was like Mercury retrograde, really. And it never really affects me because I was born with Mercury retrograde. But right now, exact today, where Mercury is in Scorpio, it is exactly on my Mercury return, where my natal Mercury is. So it's like, ooh. So yeah, that was my day. And you just got to go with it because it's only a day. It's not your life. And you just, whatever it is, it is. This Mercury retrograde, especially computers, like I said, I think it was a couple of broadcasts ago, back up your data, use your little hard drives, use whatever you have to use, because especially this Mercury retrograde, is like very technical glitches. I already had like 2 security breaches on things and stuff. Just really, really crazy. So I wanted to talk about two things tonight. I'm just going to share the show really quick because I know I'm told I have to do that. Okay. So one of the things I think is really, really important, I was just saying a few minutes ago, but I don't know if everyone is on yet, that we really, really have to work in with our heart space. We really have to work into the feelings and the authenticity of those feelings in this energy, because this energy is really pushing us into our heads, and it's making us super opinionated, super loud, super feisty. You know, we're overthinking and over reasoning and just becoming aggressive. So try to drop down to that energy. The energy is going to get a little more intense because we've got some planets that are coming out of Libra. This is on like the 27th, and they're going to come out of Libra and go into Scorpio. Venus is going to do that, and so when we start to find that energy, what's going to happen is Venus in Libra makes us fair. It's like we're kind of optimistic and we want to be more fair about things. And as soon as Venus starts to go into Scorpio, it's like we're done with that. We want to know what's going on. We want the secrets revealed. You know, it's enough already. Come on. So the energy is definitely going to ramp up towards the end of this week and into next week. So just be aware of that. And I think it's really, really important for us to, for that reason, be in the heart more, you know. So what I want to do tonight is, if we have time, I'll pull individual cards at the end. Hey, Joanne. Hey, Sarah. But what I'd like to do is just, you know, kind of have fun. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm taking out my tarot cards and my other cards, and I want to do an actual tarot card spread for just the energy, generally speaking, right now. See what comes out regarding election, regarding, you know, conflicts, regarding personal growth, all of that, and just see, you know, hey, what's going on in the world? Will the cards tell us anything tonight? And, you know, I have no idea what's going to come out. I just felt like, hey, maybe that would be something kind of fun to do. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to actually put the camera down so you can see the table while I do the cards. And I have my cards here. I have some of my cards. I have like a cabinet full of cards that I've collected over the years. But as you all know, these tarot cards are my tarot cards that are my personal cards that I always read with. And then, of course, I have my Trusty Soul cards and I have my Circle of Light cards, which I created. So I have some crystals on the table because I always use different crystals, actually, each time. And the only way I work with crystals, especially when I read, crystals are just energetic channelers for me. Some of them are protective ones. This beautiful pyramid was given to me by a very, very special person in my life. And this I use all the time whenever I am around electronic devices because it really helps discharge the negative and protect me from a lot of the electromagnetic fields, which we should all have something that does that. Because we're all on electronics way, way too much, especially myself, my regular earthbound job. I'm constantly doing workshops on Zoom and things like that. So when I choose crystals to read or to have on a table during a reading or when I'm doing an astrology chart or whatever, it's always completely in resonance to that moment and myself. I don't like use the same exact crystals all the time. I may favor one or two for a small period of time, but it's always constantly changing. And the way I do it is, it's cognitive. I will just have a feeling like, oh, this is the crystal that I want to use, and I oftentimes will say that they want me to use. When I say they, that collective they for me is my guide, spirit, divine creator, what most people would call God. I don't use the word God a lot on my media, not because I censor myself, but because what I found over the years is other people try to censor me when I do that. So I'll use, you know, Father Creator, the universe, whatever resonates with you, you can interpret. But when I go to use crystals, it's usually whatever is resonating with me that day. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I'll show you what I have on the table tonight. I just have to adjust the camera, so bear with me for a moment. Well, I kind of put this down so you can see the table. Obviously, I'm a very large believer in energy, so... Whoop! Oh no, I turned the camera around. I'm a very large believer in energy, so, you know, everything is energy. All day long, all, you know. And energy never dies. Energy just transforms. It transforms into all kinds of different forms, you know, and emotions very much so. And that's why I want us to try and stay out of our heads the next few weeks and go into our hearts, because emotions is energy in motion. So you want to move that energy. You know, when we're in our heads, the energy doesn't get moved so much. It just goes in circles and ruminates. So everything is energy to me. This is a cloth that I use a lot when I read, especially if I'm reading tarot. It's an astrology cloth, but I, in my own work, and those of you who come to me for readings will understand, I use astrology and tarot interchangeably sometimes. I may not always use cards in your reading. I may only look at your chart or whatever, but they're interspersed for me. That's how I read. I read cognitively. I understand that, etc. So the crystals I'm using tonight are my pyramid, which is something I use, like I said, to protect me from electromagnetic fields. I have this beautiful stone, which the story when I bought this stone is I walked into a store and I was just absolutely drawn to it. It's a carnelian, a beautiful polished carnelian. This is a stone I often use in my healing work on others, which is a stone that I use for self-confidence and to give ambition. Whatever, especially when I work with women, I find that really empowers self-worth and confidence and ambition. And so many times it will bring messages for that. I'm always partial to both angelic energy and amethyst energy, or any kind of purple stones. This is an angel aura. It's a little pyramid. Recently a piece broke off of here, and whenever that happens, I realize and respect and honor the crystal that it needed to release energy, because we've used it so much in our work. But that brings in angelic energy tenfold for me. And then I have some very reliable amethyst pieces. I'm extremely attached to amethyst because one of my main guides, Lord of the Red, Saint Germain was the first and ultimate guide that ever came to me and spoke to me. And so I'm always partial to beautiful amethyst. And people have gifted me some many beautiful stones that are amethyst wands and stones, which are very sacred to me. And I use amethyst a lot in my healing work. I especially love to use amethysts that are sacred geometric shapes. And what I would suggest for anyone who's trying to transform energy, work with Saint Germain, amethyst, and the violet flame. It will really be such an unbelievably miraculous transformation when you harness that energy to manifest anything that you desire for your higher good. And this is a beautiful crystal that someone gifted to me for a very special occasion that I had to do in my life that was challenging yet joyful. And this crystal was gifted to me, and on the morning before I had to do this particular thing I had to do, a piece of it broke off, and I had to travel in order to accomplish what I set out to do. And I was leaving my dog home, so I knew this was a protective stone given to me in that honor. And so I felt very badly about leaving my dog, so the little piece that just popped off, I actually tucked in his dog bed so that he would have it with him for the weekend that I was gone. So every one of my crystals has some kind of an energy in it, mostly because I've assigned that energy to it. And that's what I really want to put forth to you all. If you're working with crystals and you have crystals that you use for readings, remember there's certain energy in those crystals that you've put in, that you've assigned, etc. So what happens is when I go to pick crystals for a reading, those crystals will come through, and I know that's the energy in the reading. So for instance, if this beautiful carnelian was something I was drawn to before someone was coming for a reading, I would know, okay, part of their issue is Spirit is telling me they need to step into their power. They need to have more ambition in their life, and the part of the message that's going to come through is going to enable them to have more self-worth, etc. So that's how I pick my crystals. I guess you could say that I don't really pick them, they pick me, and that happens on a pretty continuous basis. So I just wanted to put that out there, because I think a lot of readers or a lot of people don't really give you the inside scoop of how they do what they do. And if you're out there aspiring to be a reader or already are a reader, I feel when we collaborate on those things that have been meaningful to us, that then we all actually ascend into better energy. So this is my regular Rider-Waite tarot that I use. Going to give them a shuffle tonight. And what I'm going to ask as I shuffle is I'm going to basically ask Spirit, tune into Spirit, my guides, the angels. Archangel Michael, please stand at my back protecting me. Spirit, I'm doing this broadcast here, and I would really love if you could give us some insight into a message you have for all of us this evening in our own spiritual lives, our own personal lives, or a message of how we can ascend higher and actually be the change that is needed in the world right now. And please show us anything that you think is for our benefit. If there's a message for an individual person, please use me as your vessel. And if there's a message for the collective, I gladly interpret it for you. Please help me see what I am meant to see, hear what I am meant to hear, and know what I should know. And I haven't used these cards in a little bit of time, maybe since our last broadcast or more. So I just like touch them and feel them and shuffle them. And sometimes I just mix them up. And even though it seems unorthodox from some of the readers who are out there, that's how I put my energy in the cards, and that's how I work with spirit. So you can learn to read tarot. There's some amazing tarot readers out there. Elaine Risotto and Lynn are at, it's all in the tarot reading. I think that's what it is. You can, if you're out there, Elaine, you can text the correct thing in the chat. They teach tarot, beautifully so. There's many people who do online as well. Okay, they're telling me, when I say they, you know I mean creator, spirit. 3, he's telling me, and I can put these any way I want. Okay, so let's see what we have for the world or anybody out there tonight. As I say, who do we have for the world? The World card comes up. Yeah, welcome to my world, guys. Oh, it's so funny. I can't even believe it. That's spirit letting me know he's here. And that the day that I had was a challenge so that I could learn more about myself and elevate my spirit, not get annoyed and frustrated, but to be able to deal with that much more discomfort. Thank you for strengthening me, Spirit. So the second card I have is the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is an action card. So if I interpret this literally and also psychically, what it's showing me is that the world is about to have a lot of action, right? Look at that. So next card I have is that the worst is over. Sleepless nights, worry, anxiety, the worst is over. This is the beautiful card that is the 9 of Swords. And it came in reversed, which means to me that the energy is in the past. 9 of Swords is usually not being able to overcome the anxiety or, you know, your lack of sleep or whatever you need to have. Just got to check my comments here. Okay. Hi, Monica. How are you? I hope everybody can hear me okay. So far what they're telling me is the World card comes up just as actually the word comes out of my mouth to be what's happening in the world, right? I'm going to see if I can make this a little closer for you guys just so that you can really see. There we go. Better? So the first card that comes out is the World card, as I say the world. Then this card of action comes out. Sleepless nights and most of our worry is over. And then I get the King of Wands. King of Wands, I'm going to take this as a leadership card. Wands is a fire sign. So this would be a Scorpio. This would be an Aries, a Sagittarius. And so I'm taking this as actually... I'm gonna just kind of hold off on my interpretation of this card and see what cards come up around it. But I have my own theory on what this is about. Okay, it could be a Leo, and I feel like I'm gonna go out on a limb here, but I feel like this is a Donald Trump card because I know he is, I believe, a Leo rising. I know he's a Gemini who's born on June 14th, and I only know that because it's the same birthday as my dad. And Joe Biden is born on November 20th. But this is the King of Wands, and I just feel it's very powerful. King of Wands is very fiery. King of Wands is someone who speaks their mind and just goes, and has an ego. And that would definitely be Donald. So I'm going to take this card as Donald Trump, and let's see what cards come out around him. We've got prosperity, rewards for hard work. He may be very vindicated soon, and this is not a political reading, this is just what I'm seeing. I didn't tell this card to come up. So now on top of what I'm interpreting as his card, I see someone who is seeing the benefit, the fruits of their labor, hard work paying off. This is all Pentacles, it's abundance, okay? So his hard work pays off. And then the other card that came in the reverse position is the Ten of Swords. Now remember, we just had the Nine of Swords a few moments ago in the reverse position. And now again, the Ten of Swords comes up in the reverse position. So what does this mean? In the way I read, it means the energy has passed. This is a card of persecution, of someone who is not recognized, someone who has been vilified, literally stabbed to death. And this card is in reverse, which means that now that is over, and maybe people are starting to see truth, or maybe his persecution is over. So let's see what comes out next to that. We've got lots of choices. And we've got the Fool card, which means the end of a journey. Could be the beginning of a journey as well. So this is very ambivalent right now. So, but what really strikes me about this reading is the card above him, which is hard work paying off, and the card below him, which to me is a clearing of the energy of people coming after him, people wanting to harm him, people persecuting him. And then in the reverse position also, which for me means the past energy, I've got this beautiful card which is interpreted as having too much choice, too much going on. You have to make a choice. So this could be interpreted as, and if anybody out there wants to in the comments help me, this could be interpreted as, you know, him kind of winning the election and starting a new journey, but maybe doing so with some new energy where he's not as vilified, he's not, you know, the villain as much anymore. And then this, of course, is the confusion around the choices. This card is also right under the World card, so this could also be indicative of us and the choices that we all had to make, and now those are passing and the choice has been made. So, I don't know. I know Elaine's out there. If you want to weigh in, I would love that, Elaine, because I know you read, really expert reader. Now I've got the Hierophant up here above the World. What does the Hierophant mean to me? The Hierophant is someone who is religious, spiritual, conforming to ideals, all right? Now we've got hard work pays off, and then we've got conforming. I kind of take that, and I'm trying not to be, you know, I'm trying to be impartial here, but I kind of take this as almost in support of the cards around it, because if nothing, Trump is very patriotic. I mean, yes, he's bold and brash and says, you know, puts his foot in his mouth a lot, but he's very patriotic. And if you notice, a lot of his fan base are the stalwart, patriotic, traditional people. So I'm going to take that as that. And I feel like this part of the deck is going to start telling us about Biden, but we'll see. Maybe not. I don't know. I've got the Queen of Pentacles upside down. I'm feeling like that's Kamala. Let me see this. Hold on. Yeah, this is Knight of Cups. I feel like if this card is representing Kamala Harris, okay, something happens suddenly that changes the game. Because I feel like she's been like a fat cat resting on her laurels, and something comes in and changes the energy. Let me just go over here a little bit. Yeah, wow. Right diagonal to her cards are the Justice is Blind. This is someone who is not be able to see the truth. Not seeing the truth. Wow, this is like some spread. I hope I'm not like making this up, but... And then this is card in reverse as though the battle is over. So this is definitely going to come to a head, which we know anyway on November 3rd. But I feel like this is, you know, I'm going to keep pulling cards because I feel like this is definitely telling me to go somewhere. Yeah. And I got the Grief card. Wow. Okay. Something with health. Biden is the health. Yeah. Okay. No new beginning here. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is this could really go either way, but I feel like something is coming to the forefront health-wise for Joe or Kamala. It could even be Kamala. But I feel like there's something with health not good because I've got these two cards, and Elaine, you'll back me up on this. I've got these two cards right next to each other. And that is definitely something that's not good about health, and they're reversed, which means that it's probably something that's already happened that we don't know about, or something that's about to happen. That's how I'm interpreting that. And these are like right like this. And the Justice card is on top of that. And we also had this card. So I definitely think there's something that comes out that is really indicative of something going on here in the Biden camp We already know there's some controversies, don't know if it's true or not, whatever. But something more is revealed there. And then I got this card on the side, which this to me is representative of Trump. This is the Hangman. And what this card usually means is this way, it goes. And it's someone who is very much in their head, very, like we were just talking about Mercury and being in Libra. This is someone who in their head is a Libra card, is looking for fairness, is trying to be fair. All right. And this came up right here like this. So, I feel like something happens where Donald almost has to make a decision. Could be the election doesn't come, to be decided quickly, and he actually has to decide if he's going to concede or win. I don't know. Then this card came out. This is also right next to the Hangman card, which is to me a Libra card. This is another Libra card. This is balance. This is Pentacles, which are abundance, and you can see the scales of justice here, and giving money, helping people less fortunate. So I feel like something is definitely happening with justice and balance, because we've got the Justice card, we've got the Justice is Blind card, I've got the Balanced Libra cards over here. This is, something about legality, law, justice, something that is brewing that we don't know yet, but that it's almost as though this side, which would be the Trump administration or the Trump side, gets to decide the fate of these people here. So that's kind of a strange energy, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm going to keep going and see if they're going to tell us anything else. We've got the High Priestess coming in, Ace of Pentacles. Now this is in reverse, which means not a new beginning. Maybe it's an ending, all right? Maybe Trump doesn't get elected and he fights the election or something, and that's the battle, the justice that we're seeing. But this is definitely dramatic, I can say that. Definitely dramatic. The High Priestess card could also, especially next to the Hangman card, be almost like seeing things for black and white, seeing things, and making a decision, making a judgment. And I've got the King of Pentacles here, which to me, this is more of a Biden card. King of Pentacles to me is and definitely a Biden card, because if you look at this, when you look at this card, it has the pentacles, but it's only one pentacle in the card. And the card is surrounded by a lot of, on the throne, this growth, or this it's almost like leaves and debris almost. And I feel like there's a lot of that surrounding him right now. So the King of Pentacles to me would be the Biden card. And the King of Wands would be the Trump card. Biden is a Scorpio. I got the Ace of Swords, which means we're not going to know the outcome right away, because it's upside down. Empress sitting on the throne. And the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is probably Pelosi, but I don't know. This could go either way. Anybody feeling anything out there? Coming to surface, definitely. Definitely. Just reading the post. Yeah, definitely I know things are going to be revealed from the astrology, because Mercury in Scorpio, the Sun in Scorpio, that is deep diving, like really going into the dirt, bringing stuff up and saying, here, look at this. This is for the good of humanity kind of thing. We do it in our own personal lives with the astrology where it is right now, and we do it in the macrocosm, in the collective. I'm going to keep pulling cards. They're telling me to do a row down here to tell the story. So that's what I'm going to do. I know I don't do like a traditional Celtic crossbred or anything. It's just the way I read. They give it to me. We've got the Page of Swords, and it's in reverse, which to me, again, when anything's in reverse for me, it means it already happened, it's past. Page of Swords is communication. And when I see the Page of Swords, it's usually communication happening swiftly from an electronic place. So to me, this is the electronic things, emails, texts, digital photographs. This is showing me that there has been energy of a communication, of a message coming electronically from a source, and it already has happened. Now remember, they told me to do this line to tell the story. This is, oh my gosh, Elaine, you know this is the Sneaky Pete card. God, I hope Donald Trump's watching. So they're telling me, I can't make this stuff up. So they're telling me that it's already happened in the past, that a communication has come. This is the laptop, people. Okay, now I've got the Sneaky Pete card, like someone's skulking away, thief in the night, walking away from an emotional situation. Okay, they think they have abundance in these beautiful cups running over, but they have to walk away. So you can glean your own from that. Telling me to pick 3 to 4 more cards. Wow. Out of balance. Things are out of balance. The Chariot, which means the energy moves forward. This is karma. And then there's the Sneaky Pete card. I'm sorry, this is the Sneaky Pete card. It came up anyway. So this is walking away from an emotional situation, having to leave. And then we've got the Balance card upside down, meaning it's really out of balance. Pentacles. Pentacles are all over this reading. And then we've got the Chariot. This is the Karma card. This is moving forward. This is black and white energy. This is the card of decision, the card of judgment. And that came right side up. And then we had the Sneaky Pete card. Elaine, you're going to die that we had the Sneaky Pete card in reverse, which means it's already happened. I think that, if anything, I'm saying that this would be the Biden camp knows that something's coming. Or they're going to really soon. That's just how I feel. I don't know if anybody's feeling the same way. I hate to seem partial. I'm just doing the reading. I mean, another reader might read the reading a different way. I don't really know. Sneaky Pete. Exactly. I don't know. I mean, somebody might read this a different way, and it's, like I said, it's for entertainment purposes only, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm being told to shuffle the deck, which is very unusual in a tarot reading. I'm being told to shuffle the deck and pick a card for an outcome. Whoop. Whoa. I'm telling you, this tells the story. If you want to weigh in on this, Elaine, I've got Page of Swords in reverse, the 8 of Cups in reverse, the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, the Chariot, and the Sneaky Pete card. So the story is one of deception, communication electronically coming through, someone having to like leave, walk away, thinking they had abundance and they had everything, made in the shade kind of thing, and then having to leave it, emotionally leaving something. This is a card of balance. This card means you have enough money, you've earned enough money, you have a little saved for a rainy day. It's upside down, which means that the balance is going to be out of balance. It's going to be awkward. To me, this is indicative of if someone has embezzled or stolen money, the balance of the money is out. And then I've got the Chariot card, which is the Karma card, and then the Sneaky Pete walking away. So, I don't know, it seems pretty obvious to me. But, crazy. I mean, I may be dead wrong. And then, the thing with readings is, you could walk out of here and the energy could change tomorrow. So, you might do a reading tomorrow. It might be totally different. Okay, so I'm being told to pick one card for outcome. Spirit, also please tell us how we are to apply this lesson in our own life. And I just heard a voice say, be honest. Wow. Okay, this is the card. The Hermit. Somebody having to go back in the basement, baby. The Hermit card was the outcome. Who's the Hermit in this whole picture? Not Trump. Right? Well, yeah, that tells a story. I don't know if it's true or not, but that tells a story. When I asked Spirit, please allow us to, tell us how we can bring this and to give meaning to this in our own life, I heard a voice say, honesty, be honest. So maybe all this is playing out in the media. No one's without blame in politics, right? Maybe this is all playing out in the media so that we understand the importance of being forthright and communicating well and, doing the right thing. That could really be. Okay. Let me see. Pauline says a psychic named Elizabeth Joyce that Trump is a light worker. I think we all are in certain ways. Yeah, I think this reading was actually pretty good. I'm just reading the comments. Give me one sec. Sneaky Pete, yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about that, David, actually. Okay, so Mercury is retrograde right now, and it's also, I'm going to talk on my next broadcast about the full moon on Halloween, because that is a really, really powerful day, and we have to get ready for that day. Not only do we have a blue moon, which means there's 2 moons in 1 month, but that day, the moon that comes in is opposite Uranus, which is sudden, unexpected stuff happening. It's going to be, Saturday the 31st of October is going to be a woo-woo, let me tell you. But what I wanted to say about Mercury retrograde was it also plays into this election, because what happens is Mercury goes direct on election day. So the energy is going to switch and change right when everyone's at the polls. So it could go in all kinds of different directions. But this energy is really, I think, speaks volumes. I think that if you read this, and I do want to say that the astrology charts were mostly showing, because of the astrology, it doesn't look like Trump is going to be in power. It doesn't look like Trump is powerful that day based on the astrology. Based on this reading, definitely looks like this part has a lot more light than this. What I'm being told to do by Spirit is leave this row here and take the other cards and shuffle, that there's more messages coming. So I'm going to do that, but for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason is, I just do what I feel they're telling me to do. I'm being told to leave this line of cards here. So obviously they're not part of the next reading. I don't know what to say. And I'm being told to pick a soul card first. All right. I feel like they're going to give us more about this. That's why they want this here, symbolically to tell me, pull more of this story. Pull more of this story. Okay. I don't know. Spirit works in strange ways sometimes. But then I think to myself, well, no, he really doesn't, because he works in his way. We're the ones who make things strange or not, right? So, okay. And they're telling me to just pull a soul card before I go into the tarot. Going to check the comments again. Ah! Pulling's like best show ever. I don't know. I think it is, but I didn't know I was doing this until probably like 6:15. But you got to just flow, man. You got to flow. Whoop. And for some reason, before I did the reading, before I came on the show and logged on and everything, I was really chose this crystal, my angel aura crystal, because they were telling me really angelic energy was going to come through in a big way. And for some reason, I know this sounds very like contrary or, you know, in contrast to the personality, but I don't know why. I always feel like Donald Trump is surrounded by angels. It's weird. I felt that way not even in recent years, but ever since he was like young. You know, really strange stuff. And if you look at his life, he certainly has accomplished a lot. And when I look at Biden, I don't know, I don't want to say the wrong thing, especially on broadcast, but sometimes I feel like his life force is ebbing. Like he's not, like you, I feel a lot of vitality around Trump. And I feel like his life force, Biden's life force is more ebbing. This is the soul card that we picked. Beautiful card. I have to admit, I'm not getting a lot off it. Maybe this is interpretive of an angelic energy, wearing a beautiful white cloth dress. Almost feel like it's like a shroud, almost like, you know, for those of you who are Catholic, like, you know, Jesus was wrapped in a shroud. There's beautiful light around the head. I don't know, I'm not getting a whole lot about this energy. But I feel like it's definitely something, almost like an energy of change, just change. Change of transformation, transfiguration, personal change. I'm going to pick another soul card to validate that card. Maybe that wasn't the card I was supposed to pick. This card feels hot to me. Okay. It's contemplation. Okay. So I believe what Spirit is trying to tell us is that what I was saying before on the broadcast, we need to go into quiet contemplation. We need to go into ourselves. All this beautiful red energy around this and the green of the card, I feel like this is heart chakra. really diving deep into our heart, allowing us to be in our innermost spaces. Very Scorpion-like energy, Scorpion meaning Scorpio. I feel like this is really, going into your dark spaces, dealing with some inner work in order to have the transformation, the resurrection, the, what do you call it? The rising, the ascension. And that's what Scorpio is about. I wrote about that on my Facebook page today as a blog. This would be the resurrection coming from the contemplation, and the heart chakra is what brings us there. Got to get out of our heads, guys. Got to get into the heart. All right. I'm going to leave these two here. And I don't know why, but I don't want this to really be like a political show or anything. Like I said, this is just for entertainment. Don't give me a bunch of, messages and PMs and all that about the election. This is not about that. This is about the lessons we can take away from it. And I feel like this is all showing us that things are going to become a little bit more contemplative. And I don't know why. I just feel like, definitely watch the debate tonight, because I feel like the energy, especially around both candidates, Trump and Biden, is really going to change. And I don't mean our opinions of them as far as a wave of popularity. I feel like they're both going to have very different demeanors. I don't know why, especially Donald Trump. I feel like you may, in the next few days, see a softer, more compassionate person. I don't know why I feel like that. Maybe something's going to happen. I don't know, but I just feel like that energy line changes. I just feel like that energy line changes. So what I want to do now is just pick a few more cards, see if we can get anything else for anybody out there, or anything that is, we have about 10 minutes left in the show, anything that would be a message, Spirit, that you want me to pick for anyone who may be listening. Spirit, we take your message to be more contemplative and go into our heart space very seriously, and we will all work to be able to be ascending through the energy that's within us. Thank you so much for that gift of showing us and a reminder of that. Celebration, past celebration. Maybe we're supposed to bring in memories. Beautiful. Wow. This is the most beautiful card in the deck. This is the card of happily ever after, the beautiful relationship, the children, the family, the everything you hold dear in the rainbow of abundance, which are the cups that are so beautiful in the tarot. This is the 10 card, the divine number. Here we have Spirit giving us a message to meditate, be contemplative, drop into your heart space for the beautiful rebirth and resurrection that you'll find there. Just like the Scorpio energy of the Scorpion digs deep into the dirt in order to bring a treasure out from that dirt that once in the light is revealed. And that treasure holds the wisdom that turns the Scorpio into the phoenix rising out of the ashes of that dirt. And I read that, and then Spirit gives us this beautiful reward, showing us if we do that, how beautiful, beautiful, beautiful a life we would have. And then the celebrations. Maybe this is a gratitude card, remembering the celebrations, the threes, the community, where two or more are gathered, we have such beautiful energy. And remembering those memories to bring us back into our heart space. That's beautiful. That's how I interpret it anyway. Don't know if anybody else gets anything. So now I'm going to actually ask Spirit to please, Spirit, can you show me more in depth today why I'm feeling angelic energy around me? Is there a specific angel energy, or is there something that has an angel that has a message for someone? Can you please show me why I am feeling my beautiful angels? Telling me to pick a circle of light card. Okay. Just feeling them. Passion. We talked so much about passion earlier, and I feel like Scorpion energy is just passion. Scorpio is passion. So give ourselves the same passion we would give another. And sacred space. I picked two cards. sacred space. So this is the most sacred space that you could possibly find, is this beautiful contemplative. And I just realized, strangely enough, there's a card stuck to this card. Wow. Duality, right? Coming out of our head space to find our heart. Coming out of the duality of the head. All right. So, Spirit, you want me in sacred space. You want me to be passionate about my life. Please tell me about the angels. I feel like Raphael is here. Michael is here. Okay. So I'll just go with the reading. The Tower card. So whenever I see the Tower card in the tarot is usually a card of things falling apart, things coming down. And I think that the reason why that card is there is not to intimidate us or tell us that, you know, we're going to lose things or things are going to come down. I think this is the card to allow us to show us to trust that structures have already come down. We're already losing structure this year and structures have already ended. And life is going to be different. It's a changeable card. Yeah, there you go. This is a card of hope, renewal. See all the pentacles, the birds, all new life. The leaves on her gown are about new life. Okay, and usually aces in the tarot symbolize new life. We've got the Page of Wands coming in with the communication, the Empress, and the Emperor. So this is about these structures coming down, these patriarchal structures coming down. True happiness comes from within, the passion and the sacred space within us for resurrection. Okay? So I think that's our show tonight, unless you guys have anything you want to talk about or questions you want from me or anything like that. I just want to say happy birthday to all of our Scorpions out there. And then I also want to let you know that... Go and see the comments. Hold on one sec. Just gonna see my comments. Definitely gonna do a post a video about the full moon on Halloween. Really important for us to prepare for that because that's going to be a lot of energy coming in. And you know where to find me if you have any questions. Yeah, I didn't feel anything coming through about anything. If I get anything after the show, Marianne, I will let you know. But interesting and fun reading, that's for sure. If anybody has anything else they want to add, just chime in anytime. I'm going to pick my cards up from the table. And I think that's our show for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I love each and every one of you. And I will see you next Thursday at 6:30, if not before. Alrighty? You guys have a really great night. And... hey, share the video if you're interested. All right? Thanks so much. Bye-bye.